Shalom, people. Welcome to Lions Roar. Conference call. We're going to go over some scriptures concerning you can't save everybody. You're not going to be able to save everybody. A lot of our people think that they come to this truth that they're going to save everybody that they see. But some people don't want to be saved. They don't want to be saved. So what we have to understand is the Most High chose you to do a certain job on this earth. But you're not going to be able to save everybody. Okay? We're going to go into the scriptures and show you what the Most High says about how people think that the Most High is trying to save everybody. So, and all, when you see his brothers teaching this word, all we are messengers. We're only messengers of the Most High. There's nothing special about us. We're just messengers. The Most High called us to teach this word. That's all it is. There's some people hold us at a higher standard and think that we're God, but we're not God. We're just messengers. Our job is to go out and teach the word. So we're going to go into the scriptures, and we're going to start off with Colossians chapter 3, verse 17. Okay? Colossians chapter 3, verse 17. And whatsoever you do in word or deed, do all by Hashem, Hamashiach Yahushua, giving thanks to the Most High, the Father by Him. All praises by Hashem, Hamashiach Yahushua. So let's look through the scriptures, because everything we do is word or deed. You gotta talk with the scriptures. You can't talk out your mouth, coming out with vain opinions. You gotta use the scriptures to talk. See, that's the difference between us and all other religions. We use the scriptures to speak the Most High's word. This is His mouth. Let's go to Jeremiah 3. Look at Jeremiah. Look at Jeremiah. Chapter 3. And let's start at Jeremiah 3 and 15. Let's go there. And I will give you pastors according to mine heart, which shall feed you with knowledge and understanding. So this is the way the Most High set it up, is He set up the pastors. They didn't go to theology school or ordained by some Catholic priest minister. The Most High set up the men, just like He chose Samuel, just like He chose Eli. He chose the men to be messengers, prophets over Israel. So that's what we are. That's all we are. Okay? We're in the flesh too. We have problems with sin as well. But the Most High set us up to do righteousness to the best of our ability so we can teach you. All right? So let's go to Ezekiel. Book of Ezekiel. Ezekiel chapter 3. 3 and 17. Son of man, I have made thee a watchman unto the house of Israel. Therefore hear the word in my mouth, and give them warning from me. So who is the warning coming from? Not from us. It's not coming out of our vain opinions. It's going to come from the Most High. Abanawa Yahweh Ba'Shem, Hamashiach Yahushua. It's going to come from the Father, the Holy Father, out the Kodash, the Holy Scriptures. When I say unto the wicked, thou shalt surely die, and thou give him not warning, nor speaketh to warn the wicked from his wicked way, to save his life, the same wicked man shall die in his iniquity. But his blood will I require at thine hand. Yeah, you see people walking to and fro when you're out there speaking, talking to another brother about this truth. You got to, hey, brother, what are you doing, brother? Brother, do you know that's wrong according to this book that I'm reading out of? You got to point it out, man. Because He said He's going to require it at your hand. Verse 19, yet if thou warn the wicked, and he turn not from the wickedness, nor from his wicked way, he shall die in his own iniquity. But thou hast delivered thy soul. So you're going to deliver your own soul by doing what? Warning the wicked. That's why he set up the messengers to do what they do. Okay? Y'all think we just do this? No, it's a heavy spirit on brothers who teach the word. It's a heavy spirit, and he can't shake it. Okay? That's what y'all don't understand. It's a heavy spirit on brothers. For them to go out there in the streets and put their life on the line, that's a heavy spirit. It's not their will that's causing them to do that. It's the Most High's will, especially when they're diligent in this word. Let's go to 2 Timothy. 2 Timothy. Second Timothy, and let's go to chapter 1. 1 verse 7. 2 Timothy chapter 1 verse 7. For the Most High have not given us the spirit of fear, but a power of love and of a sound mind. Most High gave us a sound mind in this. That's why we're not going to and fro over every little doctrine that comes. And multitudes of different theories. You know, those things, we're not concerned about those things. All of those are just stumbling blocks. So we keep it moving. You got to keep it moving. So let's go into the scriptures and find out that you're not going to be able to save everybody. Let's read on. I want to read 2 Timothy. Let's read verse 8. It says, Be not thou therefore ashamed of the testimony of Hamashiach, nor of me his prisoner. But be thou partakers of the afflictions of the gospel according to the power of the Most High Yahweh. So we've got to take part in it. Verse 9. Who have saved us and called us with a holy calling, not according to our works. So when he called us, we wasn't operating in the scriptures when we were called. He called us before we even understood what the law, statutes, and commandments were. We were in the world, most of us. But when he called us, there was a spirit, there was something driving us to learn the scriptures. There was something driving us to gather with brothers who were teaching this word. There was something driving us, and we couldn't understand it. But the Most High had his hand in it. So that's what it means by who have saved us and called us with a holy calling, not according to our works, but according to his own purpose and grace, which was given us in Hamashiach Yahushua before the world began. And the Most High set this thing up way before we even knew who we was, what we was. We wasn't even in the spirit yet. So he already knew. Let's go to Matthew, book of Matthew. And some of y'all say, you know, you're moving too fast in the scriptures, going here, going there. Well, you need to speed up. You need to speed up, not us. You need to learn your Bible. Let's go to Matthew chapter 19, verse 16. And behold, one came and said unto him, Good master, what good thing shall I do, that I may enter eternal life? And he said unto him, Why callest thou me good? There is none good but one, that is, the Most High. But if thou wilt enter into life, keep the commandments. So what was he pushing? He's pushing his father's commandments. Yahushua kept the commandments. You can't find anywhere in the scriptures where he didn't operate in the commandments, nor Paul. Paul also operated in the commandments. Remember, before there was actually a New Testament, there was no New Testament. There was just an Old Testament. So who was operating in the Old Testament? Yahushua, Paul, Timothy, James, John, Peter. They were all operating in the old covenant. That's all they had. John the Revelator, he didn't start writing until 20 years after 70 AD, when he was on the island of Patmos. The Caesars wanted to boil him in oil. They wanted to kill him. But he was still pushing this word. He never stopped. He is that disciple that lived until Hamashiach Yahushua came back to give him that prophecy. So Verse 20. I'll start at verse 18. He saith unto him, which Yahushua said, thou shalt do no murder, thou shalt not commit adultery, thou shalt not steal, thou shalt not bear false witness, honor thy father and thy mother, and thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. The young man saith unto him, all these things have I kept from my youth up. What lack I yet? Yahushua saith unto him, if thou wilt be perfect, go and sell that thou hast and give to the poor, and thou shalt have treasure in heaven, and come and follow me. But when the young man heard that saying, he went away sorrowfully, for he had great possessions. Then said Yahushua unto his disciples, verily I say unto you, that a rich man shall hardly enter into the kingdom of heaven. And again I say unto you, it is easier for a camel to go through the eye of a needle than for a rich man to enter into the kingdom of the Most High. When the disciples heard it, they were exceedingly amazed, saying, who then can be saved? See? So everybody is not going to be saved. Here's this man, he's been keeping the commandments his whole entire life, but he still lacked the spirit of love. He still lacked the spirit to follow Hamashiach Yahushua. He was keeping the commandments robotically. He wasn't keeping it for himself, his family, and for his brethren. He was doing it robotically. Just like you operate in the laws of the United States. You do things robotically. You know not to run the red light. You know not to throw trash on the ground in front of the police. That's operating robotically. But you're not really understanding why you do it. If you throw the trash out every time you walk down the street, what's going to happen? It's going to cause a problem, a pollution problem, right? Well, the city will have to hire people, the street sweepers, to clean the streets. So there's a problematic cause and effect there. So it's the same thing in the scriptures. Brothers operate in the law without having the understanding of the cause and effect. There's a cause and effect behind it. And the cause and effect is not to forget who your brethren is and how to love them. Okay? So you have to exemplify that. Let's go to John 3 and 16. The book of John, chapter 3, verse 16. For the Most High so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in him should not perish but have everlasting life. So who is the whosoever? I'm not going to skip over this like y'all want me to. No, we're going to find out who the whosoever is first. Let's go to Acts. There are a lot of people who are like, oh, everybody can be saved. No, everybody cannot be saved. Just because you call on a Hamashiach Yahushua, he told you that everybody ain't going to be saved. Let's go to Acts 2 and 21. And it shall come to pass that whosoever shall call on the name of the Most High, Hamashiach, shall be saved. Ye men of Israel, hear these words. So it's talking to who? The Israelites. It was talking about the Israelites. Ye men of Israel. Okay, that's the whosoever. Let's go back to 3 and 16. For the Most High so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in him should not perish but have everlasting life. For the Most High sent not his Son into the world to condemn the world, but that the world through him might be saved. Why did it say might? How come it didn't say everybody? It said that they might be saved. So that might is a big might. Everybody's not going to be saved. Okay? Let's go through the precepts. Everybody's not going to be saved. Let's go to Matthew 7:21. The book of Matthew, chapter 7, verse 21. Not everyone that saith unto me, Hamashiach, Hamashiach, shall enter into the kingdom of heaven, but he that doeth the will of my Father which is in heaven. See that? Everybody's going to be saying, Lord, I believe in you. I trust you. But that's why I said they might be saved. It says, many will say to me in that day, it says many, Hamashiach, Hamashiach, have we not prophesied in thy name? In thy name have cast out devils, and in thy name done many wonderful works. See that? That's what most people are going to be saying. And then will I profess unto them, I never knew you. Depart from me, ye that work iniquity. What is iniquity in the scriptures? Lawlessness. That is iniquity. Your family think they're going to be saved? You may not even be saved. Thinking that you're going to be saved. You may not even be saved. Let's go to Psalms 40 and 8. Let's find out what the will of the Father is. Psalms chapter 40, verse 8. I delight to do thy will, O my Yahweh, my power, my God. Yea, thy law is within my heart. That's how you keep from creating iniquity, by doing the Most High's will, by what? Keeping his laws. We got to keep his laws, people. But you know, Christians, they say, oh, you ain't got to keep his laws. The laws are done away with. That's what they say. But no, the laws are still here. Let's go to Matthew 5 and 10. Matthew 5 and 19. Matthew chapter 5, verse 19. Whosoever therefore shall break one of these least commandments and shall teach men so, he shall be called the least in the kingdom of heaven. But whosoever shall do and teach them, teach what? Teach the commandments. The same shall be called great in the kingdom of heaven. So he's telling you what? Keep the commandments. The commandments ain't gone. It ain't gone. Teach your brethren righteously. Teach them the commandments. Don't teach them, oh, you ain't got to keep the commandments. You ain't going to enter into the kingdom. That's iniquity. Keep and teach the commandments. Let's go to Psalms 119. Yeah, that's our people today, man. They want something quick. Our people love things quick. That's why the TV was invented. So you can learn everything at a high speed. You know? You ain't got to read. You ain't got to work to get what you want to learn. You can get it quickly. Watch a movie or a short clip. But you got to work for this truth. This is Psalms chapter 119. Let's go to Psalms 119 and let's go at verse 97. Psalms 119, verse 97. Oh, how love I thy law! It is my meditation all the day. Thou through thy commandments, hast made me wiser than mine enemies, for they are ever with me. See that? So yes, we can keep the law, statutes, commandments in captivity. Yes, we can. Are we going to be able to keep them all? See, many of y'all be like, well, it says if you teach men so opposite of teaching them the righteousness, that you're going to be least in the kingdom. Well, we already know in this kingdom, you ain't going to be able to keep all the laws, but you got to try to keep all the laws. Okay? The heathen law, marrying heathens, that's over with. You can't marry a heathen no more. There's a lot of laws that are done away with based on the sacrifices. Sacrifices, those all are gone. That's what Hamashiach Yahushua died on the cross for, to do away with the sacrifices. But most of the other laws are still here. You still got the property laws. They're still intact. There's a lot of things that are intact, even in captivity. Let's go to, so if your family members are not keeping his laws, how are they going to make it? How are they going to make it in the kingdom? See, you think that you can save them. You run to us brothers, hey man, can you talk to my mom? She just needs somebody that knows the scriptures better than me to teach her. She don't get it if you talk to her. Man, we can't help you. That's for you to help your family. That's for you to teach your mom. If she reject you, she'll reject us. If she reject us, she's going to reject Hamashiach Yahushua and the Father. So no, that's your burden. Your burden is to teach your family Teach a barber in your barber shop. We're not coming to your barber shop to teach a barber. We're not coming to do none of that. That's your job. This is Matthew chapter 10, verse 34. Think not that I've come to send peace on earth. I came not to send peace, but a sword. So the scriptures is telling you that he ain't coming to bring peace and happiness. He's coming to bring a sword. Verse 35. For I am come to set a man at variance against his father, and daughter against her mother, and the daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law. And a man's foe shall be of his own household. See that? So you're going to fight in the flesh and in the spirit with your own family. It's going to be tribulation. Verse 37. He that loveth father or mother more than me is not worthy of me. And he that loveth son or daughter more than me is not worthy of me. And he that taketh not his cross and followeth after me is not worthy of me. Because you're going to have some brothers and sisters coming to truth. They're going to go tell their families, and their families ain't going to want to even be bothered with them. They ain't going to want to listen to you. They're going to think that you're crazy. They're going to think that you done drunk something, some Kool-Aid somewhere. The Most High is setting this thing up. You've been called. So if you've been called, you got to endure. You got to endure. But like the scriptures say, many are called, but few are chosen. Many are called, but few are chosen. So your family not going to understand this. You know? They're not going to understand. So you got to keep pushing. Look at verse 38. And he that taketh not his cross and followeth after me is not worthy of me. He that findeth his life shall lose it. And he that loseth his life for my sake shall find it. See? That's what Peter said. He said, we forsaken all. We lost everything. He said, we gave up everything for you, Hamashiach Yahushua. He was in tears. He was in sorrow. Yahushua said, look, you're going to sit on 12 thrones judging the 12 tribes of Israel. In other words, they're the elect. So, being in this truth, man, your family are not going to understand you in this. Let's go to Luke 21. Book of Luke 21. Luke chapter 21. And let's drop down to verse 16. Luke 21 and 16. And ye shall be betrayed both by parents and brethren and kinfolks. Look at that. By parents, your mama and your daddy going to betray you. See? This is big. Can you take the heat from your parents betraying you? The ones that you love so much? Can you take that heat? I'll read it again. And ye shall be betrayed both by parents and brethren and kinsfolk. Your friends, they're gonna turn you in. Your cousins are gonna turn you in. And friends. I mean, don't think that they ain't running to their pastor. Hey, you know, such and such, she trying to tell me that I'm an Israelite. You know, she kind of going off on that. You know, something's wrong with her. She been listening to those Negroes on the corner. You know, so you gotta gird up your loins and take it like a man and a woman. All right. And ye shall be betrayed both by parents and brethren and kinsfolks and friends. And some of you shall they cause to be put to death. And you shall be hated of all men for my name's sake. So when they hate you, guess what? They hating on Hamashiach Yahushua. They hating on him. But there shall not a hair of your head perish. Remember Daniel? Not a hair on his head perish when he was thrown into the fiery furnace. So he's likening that to you. You're going to go through some heat, through some fire being in this truth. People are not going to like you. You're going to get used to that. You already got the stigmatism of walking around and the heathens looking at you being a black person, you know. You got your radar on, but now it's going to be around your own people. They're going to look at you, you know, he's a Hebrew. He's one of those black Hebrew Israelites that the whole world hates. But see, the Most High said, look, they hated you and they hated my son. They hate you, they hate my son. So you got to gird up your loins. Verse 19. In your patience, possess ye your souls. So you got to protect yourself in this truth, Akim. Protect yourself. There's only one way to the door in this truth. And that's through who? Hamashiach Yahushua. Old Testament Hebrews are not going to make it. Because they what? They don't believe in Hamashiach Yahushua. Let's go to John 3 and 18. Old Testament Hebrews have an opportunity to repent. Your family members have an opportunity to repent. Okay? It's sad, but it's the truth. We're reading from the scriptures. We're not sugarcoating nothing. We're trying to tell you, according to the scriptures, this is what the Most High say. This is for Old Testament Hebrews. This is John 3 and 18. He that believeth on him is not condemned, but he that believeth not is condemned already, because he hath not believed in the name of the Holy One or the only begotten Son of the Most High. See? So our people got to understand, look, you know, you listen to that Hebrew doctrine where they talk about there's no Hamashiach in the Old Testament. They crazy. He's everywhere in the Old Testament. He's everywhere. So if you don't listen, what are you going to do? What are you going to do about that? Our people, man, they listen to all these different doctrines and they get swayed very easily. Stand your ground when it comes to this truth, Akim. Stand your ground. Let's go to Exodus 23 and 21. Exodus 23 and 21. Exodus 23 and 21. Beware of him. This started at 20. Behold, I send you an angel before thee to keep thee in thy way, and to bring thee into the place which I have prepared. Beware of him and obey his voice. This is Yahushua. He's that angel. Provoke him not, for he will not pardon your transgressions, for my name is in him. See that? What is the name that's in him? Yahweh Shai. Shai meaning save. So Yahweh Shai is the one that's going to save. So yes, he was in the Old Testament too. Let's go to Ecclesiastes. Ecclesiastes chapter 2. Ecclesiastes chapter 2, and let's start at verse 1. Actually, Akim, let's go into the Sirach. Let's go Sirach. Sorry, I said Ecclesiastes. Sirach chapter 2, verse 1. My son, if thou come to serve the Most High, prepare thy soul for temptation. Set thy heart aright, and constantly endure, and make not haste in time of trouble. Cleave unto him, and depart not away, that thou mayest be increased at thy last end. You want to be increased at thy last end. You don't want to fall to the wayside because of the heat that you may go through. You're going to be tried in the fire when you're dealing with the Most High. He's gonna see if you can endure the pain. The chastening. Let's go to Ecclesiasticus, Sirach 4 and 28. Look at this. Strive for the truth unto death, and the Most High shall fight for you. So this is what you got to do. You got to strive for the truth. What? Unto death. Yeah, some people don't strive at all. They just give up. It says, strive for the truth unto death, and the Most High shall fight for you. None of you ain't special in this truth. You know, some of y'all think y'all special just because you got the truth, you rapping, and you saying all these great things, but ain't none of us special. You know, the Most High set us up in this place called Mystery Babylon to go through slavery, to be beat down and trodden down, but he also raised us up. But once you come into this knowledge of understanding who you are, you may feel a certain way about being in the truth, like happy to be in the truth, but to the Most High, this is what you're supposed to do anyway. You were created for this, to do what he says do. Let's go to the book of Luke, chapter 17. Luke 17, verse 9. Luke 17:9. Doth he think that the servant, because he did the things that were commanded him, I throw not? He said, look, man, you think you special just because you keep the commandments? Like he told the other dude. He said, if you desire to go into the kingdom, sell everything you got. Because the guy already said he was keeping the commandments. So what you're doing, keeping the commandments, is something that you're supposed to do. The next phase is being like Hamashiach Yahushai. Remember, the commandments is the school teacher or the schoolmaster to graduate you to follow Hamashiach Yahushai, to be like him. That's what it is. Verse 10. So likewise ye, when you shall have done all those things which are commanded you, say, we are unprofitable servants. That's the way you're supposed to come at this. We have done that which was our duty to do. This is our duty to be Israelites. This is who we are in our DNA. This is who we are, Israelites. It's our job to keep the commandments. It's our job to tell the nations that they're going off. That's our job. So this is our duty. Let's go to Acts. You got to fight in this truth all the way, man. You can't stop. You can't waver. Go to the book of Acts chapter 10, 10 to 34. Acts 10:34. Then Peter opened his mouth and said, of a truth I perceive, and the Most High is no respecter of persons. See, y'all thought y'all was special. Individually, you guys are not special. As a whole, you're special. But individually, you're not special at all. That's why he said, where 2 or 3 are gathered in my name, there I am. If he said, if one of you was gathered together by yourself, why would he say you're special? He never said that. He said, where 2 or 3 are gathered. You're not special by yourself. It says, but in every nation, he that feareth him and worketh righteousness is accepted with him. The word which the Most High sent unto the children of Israel, preaching peace by Hamashiach Yahushai, is the Most High of all. He is the power of all of who? Of Israel. What is peace? He said he came preaching peace. What is peace? Let's find out what the peace is. Y'all see peace like America teaches you peace, or Great Britain. That's how y'all see peace. Like no wars, no nothing going on. It's just a peaceful place. That's how y'all see peace. But according to the scriptures, this is peace. Psalms 120, verse 6. Psalms 120, verse 6. My soul hath long dwelt with him that hateth peace. So you've been in captivity for almost 400 years. The American Indians and the Mexicans been in captivity a little longer than that, right? 500-600 years. But he says, our souls have long dwelt with him that hateth peace. Who is the one that hateth peace? He's the one that's in Psalms 50. The ones who grabbed our Bibles, who are not supposed to even touch our scriptures, that are teaching from it and teaching us the wrong doctrines. He's teaching us another Jesus. Verse 7. I am for peace, but when I speak, they are for war. Why are we for war? When we speak, what are we speaking? The Most High's laws, statutes, and commandments. That's why we're for war. You know? In the Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 14, verse 22. Wisdom of Solomon 14:22. Moreover, this was not enough for them, that they erred in the knowledge of the Most High. But whereas they lived in a great war of ignorance, that's the war that we're fighting. We're trying to convince everybody that God's laws and his people are the true deal. Those so great plagues called they peace. They call these plagues peace. Homosexuality, they call that peace. Right? Abominable foods. They call that peace. We got oranges and apples with no seeds in it. They call that peace. We got water, tap water coming out brown. Is that peace? It's not peace. It's not normal. We're living in a giant science lab. That's what we're living in. America Britain is a giant science lab. We're all experiments. Orange juice. A lot of y'all drink orange juice. That's not even real orange juice. It's not even real orange juice. It's a perfume in that juice that it tastes like orange juice, but it's not even real orange juice. You guys are just drinking poison with sugar in it. Y'all better wake up, man. This place is poisoning you every day. Wake up, smell the coffee, as they say. Let's go to Sirach, chapter 3. Sirach chapter 3, verse 24. For many are deceived by their own vain opinion, and evil suspicion hath overthrown their judgment. That's our people. They've been overthrown with evil suspicions of philosophies that goes against the Most High's word. These are vain opinions. Okay? Their music, the sports, the stocks, the teachings in the elementary schools all the way up to the colleges, the universities. They're all vain opinions. All of them. All of them. Jeremiah 17:9. They have nothing to do with the Most High. They don't even mention him in any of their doctrines. Jeremiah 17:9. The heart is deceitful above all things and desperately wicked. Who can know it? This is what the people use. They use their heart. Oh, trust in your heart. Your heart will help you. It will guide you. It's not about the heart. It's about the Most High's understanding. Let's go to Isaiah. We don't speak from this word. That's why his prophets were getting killed and slain in the streets, because they was telling people what they want to hear. They was telling people the truth. People run from the truth. We open up these books and teach on the street. It's like the sun coming out. You can see them. They can't hide. Isaiah 55:6. Seek ye the Most High while he may be found. Call ye upon him while he is near. Let the wicked forsake his way, and the unrighteous man his thoughts. And let him return unto the Most High, and he will have mercy upon him, and to our power, for he will abundantly pardon. For my thoughts are not your thoughts. See that? Neither are your ways my ways, saith the Most High. For as the heavens are higher than the earth, so are my ways higher than your ways, and my thoughts than your thoughts. So the Most High is telling us, look, you want to get in line with him? Read his scriptures. Like I always tell brothers on the streets again, if you ain't got questions, you ain't reading your Bible. You don't have the understanding of what the Most High wants. You know, you see people, they be teaching the Bible in the churches, in the Christian churches, and they just be running their mouth. This is the way you teach, precept upon precept, precept upon precept, line upon line, line upon line. That's how you speak to the people. You don't speak to the people just saying what you want to say. The Most High has already ordained how he wants you to teach to the people. Let's go to Acts chapter 10, verse 34. Let's go back. Acts chapter 10, verse 34. Then Peter opened his mouth and said, of a truth I perceive, and the Most High is no respecter of persons. He's telling you again, look, Most High is no respecter of persons. But who is he a respecter of? I gave you the answer earlier. Who is he a respecter of? Let's go to Exodus chapter 2. Exodus chapter 2, verse 25. And the Most High looked upon the children of Israel, and the Most High had respect unto them. Who does he respect? The children of Israel. He respects us as a whole when we get it right. That's when he respects the children of Israel. When do we get it right? When we all turn and repent. That's when we get it right. We all turn, like 1 Kings chapter 8, verse 46 talks about. When we all turn and realize that we're in captivity, and we recognize the sins that we've created in this place, we turn to him, and the Most High will heal us. Most High he's a great, merciful God that forgives Israel when we all turn to him. Let's go to the book of John. See, the heathens think that it's talking about them. No, the Most High, he's trying to deal with his people first. First to the Jew, then the Gentile, right? This is John 4 and 22. 4 and 22, book of John. And it was at Jerusalem. I'm sorry, Aki. 4 and 22. I want to 10. 4 and 22. Ye worship, ye know not what. We know what we worship, for salvation is of the Jews. Salvation is of the 12 tribes of Israel. That's who salvation is for. That came right out of Hamashiach's mouth. See, a lot of times we be speaking out this book, people be thinking to be our opinions. And they hate us for teaching out the book. But they don't realize it's the Most High's words that be speaking out this book. It's not our words, it's the Most High's words. And it just beats them down. They want you to say something smooth to them. But we can't do that, or we'd be going against the protocol. Protocol of who? Yahweh. Let's go to the book of Psalms. Book of Psalms, chapter 147. 147, verse 19. He showeth his word unto Jacob, his statutes and his judgments unto Israel. He hath not dealt so with any nation. And as for his judgments, they have not known them. Praise the Most High Yahweh. So he's going to show all his secrets to who? Israel. That's who he showed it to when we were on Mount Sinai. So out of all Israel, he will select who he wants, not what we want, but what he wants. His purpose is going to thrive, not ours. So out of all Israel, there's the elect that's going to come out of Israel. Right? Even though he calls the whole Israel the elect, there's going to be a sifting of the house of Israel. 1/3 is going to come out of it. And the other 2/3 ain't going to give a dang about these scriptures. They're going to be destroyed. And we better hope that we're part of the elect when it happens. Jeremiah 3 and 14. Turn, O backsliding children, saith the Most High, for I am married unto you. And I will take you one of a city and two of a family, and I will bring you to Zion. So it doesn't look like he's trying to save the whole family. He's not trying to say your mama and your daddy or your brothers and your sister. He said he's going to take one of a city and two of a family. That's pretty clear. So you figure, you look where you are right now. How many brothers and sisters do you know that's in the city that are Israelites? It's not many people. Although you see us on YouTube gathered together, it looks like a lot of us, but when you go home to your city, it's not many of us. 1 or 2, maybe 10. But that's at the most. Let's go to Romans chapter 8. Romans chapter 8, verse 28. And we know that all things work together for good to them that love Yahweh, to them who are the called according to his purpose. All right? So he's going to call 1 from a city, 2 from a family. For whom he did foreknow, he also did predestinate to be conformed to the image of his Son, that he might be the firstborn amongst many brethren. So he's the firstborn amongst what? Many brethren. Right? So not all, but many. Not all, but many. Okay? So we have to understand this many. Who are the many? Are you of the many? Drop down to 30. Moreover, whom he did predestinate, them he also called. And whom he called, them he also justified. And whom he justified, them he also glorified. So who are those he justified and glorified? They're the many. Who are the many? Let's go to 2nd Ezra, chapter 8. Second Ezra, chapter 8. In the Apocrypha. 2nd Ezra, chapter 8, verse 1. 2nd Ezra, chapter 8, verse 1. And he answered me, saying, the Most High hath made this world for many, but the world to come for few. So only a few brethren are going to come out of this world to go into the next. It's not going to be everybody. Like most people think. Most people think everybody is going into the kingdom that believe. No, everybody is not going into the kingdom. Everybody is not. He already knows who he has, but we don't. This is Romans 8:33. Who shall lay anything to the charge of the Most High's elect? It is the Most High that justifieth. He knows who he wants already. It's a draft. The Most High got a draft going. He already knows who he wants. So you can't justify your own self. You can't say, I'm the best prophet out here. I know more than anybody else. I can debate this person and this person. Can't nobody come up against me. The Most High, he will dumbfound you. He'll dumbfound you amongst the Gentiles. Make you look stupid before the Gentiles, thinking you know everything. Let's go to the book of Job, chapter 1. Job, chapter 1, verse 8. And the Most High said unto Satan, Hast thou considered my servant Job, that there is none like him in the earth, a perfect and an upright man, one that feareth the Most High and is sure of evil. So did Job call himself perfect? Who called him perfect? Who justifieth Job? Was it not the Most High? The Most High did it. Job didn't say nothing about himself. Job didn't even know he was doing righteousness to the full extent. The Most High declared it. So now, here you are thinking you're doing righteousness. No, the Most High have to say that you're doing righteousness. Right? Yahushua, when he comes back, he's bringing those crowns. And who do you think he's getting them from? He's getting them from who justifies. He's getting them from the Most High. Let's go to Romans 8. Let's go back to Romans. Let's go to the 31st verse. Romans 8:31. What shall we then say to those things? If the Most High be for us, who can be against us? If the Most High justifieth you, there's nothing going to happen to you. He'll protect you. Okay? So how do you know you are the us of Israel? By what? By willingly keeping his commandments. By willingly keeping his commandments. Some of y'all hate the laws. Some of y'all don't want to keep a law. Some of y'all don't want to crack open a book because you don't want to be accountable for what you just read. Some of y'all know this is the truth. That's listening right now, some of y'all know this is the truth. But y'all don't want to change your ways. That's why the Most High said this. Let's go to Sirach 7. Sirach 7 and 15. Sirach 7 and 15. Hate not laborious works. So the Most High is saying you're lazy. Hate not laborious work, neither husbandry. What is husbandry? Marrying this Bible, which the Most High hath ordained. The Most High ordained you to be a husband to his words, to his laws, statutes, commandments, to own it, to protect it. Verse 16. Number not thyself among the multitude of sinners. That's what our brothers do. They don't want to crack open the Bible. They'd rather be numbered with the sinners. They'd rather be guilty for not knowing anything. But the Most High said, look, I got something for that. He says, but remember that wrath will not tarry long. You're going to die. Let's go to 2 Corinthians chapter 10. So everybody ain't going to be saved, see? Just because you say you believe, that ain't enough. 2 Corinthians. Tell you like it is. 2 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 12. For we dare not make ourselves of the number, or compare ourselves with some that commend themselves, but they measuring themselves by themselves and comparing themselves amongst themselves are not wise. So we don't make ourselves the number of what? Of the wicked, nor do we make ourselves a number of what? Of the elect. We don't consider ourselves, we don't say that we made it already. Right? We want to be right in the middle. We want to be what? Like in the book of Luke, he says, do that thing that you're already expected to do. Keep the commandments and follow Hamashiach. That's what you're supposed to do. Just enduring that. That's enough. That's enough. That's called simple faith. That's all that is. This ain't, like I said, this ain't for everybody. Some of y'all got that Christianity religion mentality, thinking this is for everybody. This ain't for everybody. It's not. Look at the disciples. Let's go to Matthew chapter 19. Even they were in question. Matthew 19. Matthew 19 and verse 27. Then answered Peter and said unto him, Behold, we have forsaken all and follow you. What shall we have therefore? He said, man, well, what do we get? Are we saved? Are we going to make it? Verse 28. And Yahushua said unto them, Verily I say unto you, that ye which have followed me in the regeneration, when the Son of Man shall sit on the throne of his glory, you also shall sit upon 12 thrones, judging the 12 tribes of Israel. So is it for everybody? No, it's for the 12 tribes of Israel. And everyone that have forsaken houses, or brethren, or sisters, or father, or mother, or wife, or children, or lands for my name's sake, shall receive 100-fold, and shall inherit everlasting life. But many that are first shall be last, and the last shall be first. So the Most High is telling you right here, look, all those that you have forsaken for my name's sake, you're going to be blessed. This is telling you what? This is telling you not only are family going to mistaken us or come up against us, but it's also telling us there's a remnant that's going to come out of the 12 tribes of Israel that's going to be there that believe. Let's go to Revelation 2. Revelation 2. Revelation chapter 2, verse 26. And he that overcometh and keepeth my works unto the end, to him will I give power over the nations. So he says what? And keepeth my works unto the end. So you got to keep his works. And he says he's going to give you power over the nations. And he shall rule them with a rod of iron. As the vessels of a potter's shall they be broken to shivers, even as I received of my Father. So he's telling you, look, who's going to be in the kingdom? It's going to be the 12 tribes of Israel. How are they going to get there? By the works. So you got to work hard in this truth. You can't be an unlaborious man. Let's go to 1 Peter 4 and 18. 1 Peter chapter 4, verse 18. And if the righteous scarcely be saved, where shall the ungodly and the sinner appear? Right? If we're scarcely going to be saved, why should the other people try to make it? Where shall the ungodly and the sinner appear? Wherefore let them that suffer according to the will of the Most High commit the keeping of their souls to him in well-doing, as unto a faithful Creator. So you have to be well and doing the works of the Most High. You got to do righteousness to the best of your ability. Let's go to Psalms 119. See, a lot of y'all just think that this is just a fairy tale book. This is not a fairy tale book. This is true history. What happened in this Bible really happened. Psalms 119, verse 15. I will meditate in thy precepts and have respect unto thy ways. That's why I said you got to be able to understand how to read this Bible through precepts. Psalms 119. This is why it's so hard for the Christian to understand the Bible. You go from precept to precept to precept, you got them lost. You're like, what are you doing? You're cherry picking scriptures. No, this is the formula that Isaiah left in the scriptures in Isaiah 28:9 that tells us how to read the Bible. We have actually a formula that tells us how to read this Bible. This is Psalms 119, verse 159. Consider how I love thy precepts. Quicken me, O power, according to thy loving kindness. He said, quicken me in the precepts, like a jigsaw puzzle, right? Or a crossword puzzle. You got to know how to do a crossword puzzle to complete it. You got to have experience in completing a crossword puzzle. You got to know which words to use, which words to pull. It's the same thing with precepts. He said, quicken me so I can get the better understanding to put precepts together. That's what he's asking. This is where we have to be in this truth. Let's go to Romans 9:1. That's how you're going to get saved in this truth. That's how the Most High is going to remember you. You know, when you die, people forget about you. You die, you go into the grave. Your mama don't even remember you when you're dead. Think she going to worry about you? Your mama going to keep living. She ain't going to stop living. You're going to be nothing but a memory. Maggots will be all in your body. She ain't going to remember you. But the Most High will. That's why you have to put all your trust in Him. Your wife ain't going to remember you. You're going to die, leave everything to her. Once you're in the grave, that's it. You'll be a forgotten memory in less than 2 weeks. Romans chapter 9, verse 1. I say the truth in Hamashiach, I lie not. My conscience also bearing me witness in the Holy Spirit, that I have a great heaviness and continual sorrow in my heart. For I could wish that myself were accursed from Hamashiach, for my brethren, my kinsmen, according to the flesh, who are Israelites, to whom pertaineth the adoption. So we got the adoption. And the glory, we got the glory. And the covenants, and the giving of the law, and the service of the Most High, and the promises. The Most High has given us all this stuff because of our fathers. Our fathers was promised all these things. And of whom, as concerning the flesh, Hamashiach came, who is over all, the Most High blessed forever. Amen. So he's telling us all these things that we get because of our forefathers. All these things we get. All we have to do is operate in the law and love our brethren. That's all we got to do. Easier said than done, right? Easier said than done. But it takes practice and patience. Let's go to the book of Acts chapter 2. The book of Acts chapter 2. And let's go to verse 39. Acts 2 and 39. For the promise is unto you, who is to you, Israel, and to your children, and to all that are afar off, even as many as the Most High our power shall call. It was all given to us, Israel. But you have to save yourself. You got to save yourself, Israel. You got to deliver your soul from the wicked, who is trying to constantly beat you down. You have to look at this information and get the understanding. Let's go to Matthew 10. Matthew 10. Save yourself, man. Do not let someone steal you and cause you to fall off. Matthew 10, verse 11. And into whatsoever city or town you shall enter, inquire who in it is worthy, and there abide till you go thence. And when you come into a house, salute it. And if the house be worthy, let your peace come upon it. But if it be not worthy, let your peace return unto you. And whosoever shall not receive you, nor hear your words, when you depart out of that house or city, shake off the dust of your feet. So the Most High, through Yahushua, is saying, look, any house you go into, if they don't take you in, they don't take me in. They don't believe me.